spooky.
All right, we're live.
Hey,
Everybody, welcome to Shannon's stomach.
Ooh.
And Shannon's ass.
Uh-oh.
That's the quality content that our regular podcast does not get. Shit.
They don't get, other people don't get to see my, like how I get excited for the show.
Your process.
Yeah, your process.
Yeah. Well,
Walk us through your
he's
process.
like a cat. He has to show us his ass to get started.
Hold on. Nope. Here we go. Hold on. Let me get psyched. You guys
Hold on to
are
what?
You ready? I'm gonna get psyched. Hold on.
This involves screaming. Let me know so I can bring your.
No,
mic
I'm not
down.
gonna scream. I'm not gonna scream.
Okay.
We're gonna get psyched.
Okay.
Hold on. First, let me turn this on.
Oh, look at that fancy schmancy.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. I'm gonna get psyched. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
30-second dance party.
Oh, there we go.
I'm getting psyched.
Wait for the drop.
Three, two, one, go!
Ow, my neck.
Oh, man.
I'm so psyched right now, you guys.
Okay, it looks like Rebecca is probably going to come in the middle of the first and second segments.
So there's an interesting conversation going on in chat about dork, nerd, and geek. And I think the important thing that we need to bring up is that geek itself was a term coined in the 1920s and 30s.
People
in
biting
the carny
chicken heads.
in the carny circuit. Yeah, something you'd call a particular type of attraction on the freak show circuit. And then nerd. Does anybody know where nerd came from? Is that something that popped up during the 70s?
First I heard it was
Created by-
Happy Days.
Created by Willy Wonka for his tiny fruity candies.
Gotcha. And then the most important thing,
Party.
dork was actually 40s and 50s slang for dick.
Ah.
Actually, do you know what a dork actually is?
Let me guess.
Please
a whale's
eliminate me.
penis.
It's a whale's penis, yeah.
Yep. Which is a dick. So, yes. All accurate.
But I also enjoy the fact that we use the term dick, which was not actually used for dick until the 70s.
Oh.
Language and evolution.
Could have been
Of course.
60s, as early as the 60s, but like dick itself wasn't actually considered that.
But of course, Lee, as words evolve and change, their meanings also evolve and change, and the word geek now seems to be a focused expertise. So you can be a sports geek, you can be a car geek.
No, I'm sorry, they can't take our words from us.
Sports people?
Sports people, seriously, you've been sports fans your entire lives. You don't have to say you're sports geeks now. That's our word. We're keeping it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. You didn't get stuffed in lockers for liking sports. You just got your shit out of your locker, and usually the nerd you stuck in it, right?
Yeah, fuck you, pals.
Yeah, pals. Fuck you, pals. Fuck you, pals. Fuck you.
Should I just leave this on? Because, look, it's like totally like...
Well, it seems to be
voice activated.
hypnotizing you, actually.
Yeah,
It's
it seems
soothing.
like it's
Soothing
keeping
your
you calm.
savage beast. That's right. Carl Clark. Bring up. Dick was short for detective. It was also what was that? Solid
That's right.
Dick from an Iron Man in the 1960s.
That's right.
Yep.
How long ago was Dick a short name for Richard? When did that come about?
How did that happen?
I think it always has been.
Because, like, my
'Cause
grandpa...
the only way I could think of it is short for Richard would be Rick, and like someone spelled it wrong one day, and they're like,
But
Dick.
how do you get?
yeah, we're gonna go with that.
How do you get Jack as a nickname for Jonathan? How do you get
Right.
Peggy? How do you get Peggy as a nickname for Margaret?
Yeah, that's the big mystery
That's
one.
a weird
I was
one.
gonna say Elizabeth and Betty kind of makes sense, but you're
Right.
right. The Margaret one is the
Yeah,
Right, because, like,
Peggy.
my grandpa, his name was
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Grampy Liz. They call
And you
it.
called him
Get old.
John. I don't know where that came from.
It's a family name, you pansies.
No, actually, so my grandpa's name was Dick. Dick Blackburn.
Dr. Paul White says, I dare say that I'm a sports geek and I like pissing off sports folks by saying they are geeks too. I approve of that usage because it's ironic and makes them angry.
Right. If you choose the power of irony, I enjoy that. Yes. I have a great grandfather's name that will bury any great grandfather's name.
What?
Salathiel Hiram Bedford.
Whoa,
that's good.
Jesus
pretty good.
Christ.
That's
pretty
good.
good.
What side was he on in the Civil War?
Actually, on the north. His father, Robert Bedford. Don't know we go from Robert to Salathiel, but Robert Bedford blew both of his hands off as an artillery sergeant in the Civil War, fighting for the North.
Wow.
Yeah. So he had two hooks for hands, and he would during dinner, if the kids would argue, he'd stick his hooks in the table and he'd disengage them, and he'd say, "I'll come back for him when you're done being stupid."
So your whole bloodline's just been fucking weird, right?
Well, yes, I can tell you about Willie.
Weird and awesome.
I can tell you about Willie the Weaver, who faked insanity in the 1700s so that he could repeatedly sneak back into England to get his children.
How do you know about people in the 1700s? I'm called bullshit on that.
It was common. It was common for
make-
people to leave family history in the back of the Bibles that were handed down from generation to generation. So it wasn't until Salathiel, who was also a traveling preacher, actually forsook God to become a state legislator for North Dakota, that my family gave up religion.
So what's weird about me
folks,
is
here's a story about Willie the Weaver. Sorry.
so weird story about my great great grandpa. He was a goat.
You know,
Greatest
looking
of
at
all
your
time?
Your beard, it makes sense. You got yourself a little bit of a Billy Goat beard going on there.
Greatest of all time. That's what you mean.
But back to Dick Blackburn, right?
Classic Shannon, bringing it around again. To Dick.
To me, let's get back to me.
Right.
Right? So Dick Blackburn looked exactly like you would think a Dick Blackburn would look. He was built like a fridge. Had a big black mustache, right? And took no shit and gave no fucks, right?
There you go.
And I remember, my late brother, Robert, would always be like, and he chewed, of course, right?
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Were
Your
you a
name is
man
Dick,
if you didn't chew?
right? And your name's Dick Blackburn. You got to fucking chew, right? So he'd put in his chew, and my little brother Robert would always go, "Hey, Grandpa, I want some chew," and he'd be like, "No, stupid." But every time.
That was the end of
No.
the way he
There's an end
replied.
to the story.
No, stupid.
But he'd like over and over and over. No, stupid, right?
Here, I'm
And
gonna.
then finally one day he's just like, "You really want some?"
Did he Grandpa Walton him?
He goes,
Because I remember that episode of the Waltons where the one kid wanted to smoke, and so Grandpa took him down to the pond and made him smoke a whole pack of cigarettes until he threw up.
So he goes, "All right, Robert, here you go," and just hands him the chew. And it was the stuff in the package, right? Not the little.
Mm-hmm.
So Robert gets out a big
Big old wad.
Puts it in his mouth, chews it up, and swallows it.
That's
It sits there for about 3 minutes, and all of a sudden, he just turns fucking green. And he's like, runs, and just is like barfing, right?
My grandpa did the same thing to me, but with beer.
Yeah,
And that's why I don't like beer.
Right, so,
well, that's what the kids on the Sandlot did to themselves on the Whirly Twirl.
yeah.
My grandpa tried it with me with beer too, and I liked it.
But anyway, so Robert just like throws up. And the next day, Dick is putting in his chew, and he goes, "Hey, Robert, you want some?" Robert's like, "No!" And like ran out of the room.
So I'm posting in chat the link to my great grandfather Salathiel's legislative record.
Oh, take that,
It's
Shannon.
it has a great picture of his amazing mustache. It was very much a mustache of 1900. And Beth, I wish I could do the amazing picture show and tell, but it turns out that my photo album that has all of my pictures from the late 1980s, 1990s was destroyed by a roaming transient person who decided to live in my garage for a quarter of a night. So I will try to scour Facebook to find some of these pictures, because the actual physical pictures have been lost to eternity.
That sucks, man.
And Project Rio Grande.
Yeah. All right. Shall we get going? Apparently,
Yes.
We won't
Rebecca's
be getting Rebecca.
having more trouble than.
She
Would someone
says-
send a young person to her house, please?
Oh, she says it's not working at all. She thought she was going to be able to come in between segments, but now it is
More
all
trouble
broken.
than she could have planned for.
Makes you feel good about, like, I woke up this really early and
Huh?
put
What?
my shit together. Fuck you, pal. Let me go shut the door.
My grandparents' names aren't as interesting as yours, Lee's, but they're down home and folksy.
Yeah?
I had Clausen.
Nice.
I had Zana,
Nice.
Wow.
Bertha,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, classic.
and Lavon.
Lavon.
See, my grandparents, pretty easy. You've got George, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've got Estelle, his ex-wife. You've got Dot and
Dot.
Duke.
Wow.
Dot and Duke. That's my biological father's parents. And then you get into some real fun stuff with my stepdad's parents. His father's name was Emmett, and his wife's name was Doris.
Wow.
Doris.
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 Is classic.
Doris is one of those names. What do you picture when you hear the name Doris? Do you picture Cruella de Vil with a highball?
No,
Because that
I picture Doris Day.
Oh, well, see, there's a nice Doris. My grandma Doris, on the other hand, was Cruella de Vil, but she had a highball, and I think they may have modeled the character after her. I mean, that's not true. It couldn't possibly be true. I mean, they did live in Burbank, and she was terrifying, but...
And Carl's right. Dot is short for Dorothy.
Right. Yeah, Dottie.
Dottie Dorothy.
Yeah.
I had a my grandma on my mom's side, Eunice.
Sorry, guys, I'm missing an elder pit bull.
Okay. He's missing one of his dogs.
It's all right. The chair can sit in for you.
But yeah, that's about as wild as the names on my family go. Eunice. Oh, I have an aunt named Geraldine. That's a
I grew up with a girl named Geraldine.
yeah. I figured that must be just kind of a product of the era
Is
back
it just
then.
because we were afraid of the letter D during that period of time?
Darylin?
Geraldine, right? It'd be
Yeah.
Geraldine without the D.
Oh, Geraldine.
That's exactly it. Because her father was Gerald, and they wanted to name they didn't check the sex before she was born, and so it was going to be Gerald Jr. Well, what do we do? So how about Geraldine?
Darylin. I don't know. I kind of like Darylin. I think I'm going to go with that.
Well, it's so close to derelict, which is
Derelict.
derelict.
let's
Fabergé.
see. Yeah, seeing it was Geraldine with a G, which is kind of why I felt sorry for her, because
Oh, that's very interesting.
everybody would spell it with a J. You'd think. But
Yeah, Tiffany, my aunt was spelled the same as that with a J. Or is, not was. She's still alive.
Well, I'm sure this is the piping hot YouTube content that
yeah.
all of our YouTube subscribers were clamoring
And did
for.
and did Moose just steal your food, Shannon?
I would die laughing if that's the case.
I think that's what Dr. Paul says that he saw happen. I wasn't paying attention.
Hey, Shannon, did Moose just steal your food you had on your table right there?
That motherfucker. Yes, he did. You guys watch that?
Yep, Dr. Paul saw it. He caught it. I didn't catch it. I wasn't paying attention. Dr. Paul caught it.
What? You are such a cock! want. I'm just telling you, once again, he's lucky he's fucking cute.
I was gonna say he looks totally pleased with himself, just like that was good. Where's more?
It's fucking delicious. Hey, thanks for the omelet, bud.
Was it an omelet? Oh, nice.
Well, now you can make another omelet when we're done here.
That's funny.
He makes
It just
me so
gives you a
fucking-
chance
guys, honestly.
It just gives you a chance to improve your recipe.
I swear we've had more stomach cam than any other. We should start the show.
Yeah, let's do.
I don't even know what to do anymore.
As we say at my day job, the sooner we start, the sooner it gets over with. So
It was Egg that saw it, Dr.
Oh, it was
Weiss.
Egg.
For,
Yeah.
and
good eye.
and for people who stick around, I actually found 5 of the pictures from yesteryear that we can share after we're done with the recording,
Oh, good.
including Shannon's favorite.
All right. Shall we?
Yes.
And welcome back, everyone. Hi. Hi.
Well,
Hi.
hello.
Everyone. Good to see you all.
I'm so hungry.
Well, when you leave your food out for
Yeah.
your dog to eat off your table.
You fell for the oldest trick in the book. Where's the dog? Well, the other dog eats your
Yeah.
food.
There's
Yeah.
a plan. Those fuckers.
I will distract him while you steal the omelet.
But next week, totally. He's doing like turkey burgers. So next week, you have to disappear.
My turn.
So like Moose and Tilly got together, and Moose is like, "Hey, Tilly, go out and stare at that bench for a while.
Okay.
Just stand and stare at that bench, and I'm gonna steal the old fucker's omelet." Mission accomplished.
He pronounced it omelette when he was talking to Moose.
the
Or I mean, not the other dog.
So, the whole story of Moose is that we rescued him from a meth house, basically. And when Jen went to get him, it was over in Rose Park, actually, like by the Fair Park. And she walks up to this house, like they advertised on KSL. And so she walks up to this house. Hey, come here, stupid. Anyway,
A
she
home
walks
of
up to this
love.
house, and there's just like dirty diapers and shit all over in the lawn. Knocks on the door, and it opens up. And the first thing that happens is little tiny Moose comes running out, and basically jumps up on her like, "Take me!" And Jen said that everybody in this house were cross-eyed. Everybody.
Oh, no.
The kids, the mom, and then there was some person just passed out on the couch, straight up, just like
that was me.
They were from Florida.
Lee.
No,
Leave
yeah,
them
no,
alone.
seriously, it was like she walked into a portal from Florida.
Yeah,
and,
leave them alone.
And she really didn't want the dog, but she goes, "We're gonna take this poor fucking dog," It takes him. So anyway.
All right.
He's got a lot of street dog in him, and I think he's got a lot of secondhand meth in him too.
Secondhand
meth. Write that down.
All right, write that down.
It's a country song that played pretty heavily on AM radio when I was
And
a kid.
I'm sure he didn't get fed regularly, so he's always like, "All right, I got to get some food while the getting's
Yeah.
good."
Right.
He's Shannon Barneson, everybody. There you go.
That's me. Yeah.
And
Quad
Shannon
T.
intros
Yes.
before he's introed.
It goes backwards. Quad T, Too Tall Tony, everybody. Hi.
Hey, I just interrupt people. Check me out on Twitter at Quad T Tony or on the Gadget Spot.
And Lee George Cade, his grandfather was a pirate of some kind or on a temperance board or
No,
something.
Nobody that cool.
He
Nobody
was a
that cool.
tauntaun.
He was
a
a tauntaun.
That's it.
That's all I could do. Really, it was.
great.
I only interrupt myself.
Jay is on assignment, literally.
He's
And-
an army.
Yeah, I'm going to Army Mother. And Rebecca Frost needs a young person at her home right away to help
Yeah.
her
The lovely irony of this is she's the youngest one on the show.
I know, right?
Egg's here. Egg, go help her.
Or Egg, sign on.
Just
sign
pop
on
in,
and,
Egg.
and join us. Why don't you, Egg? We know you have all the equipment and everything. Send him a link.
Send him a link right now.
I'll
Send him a link.
I'll send
we'll
him a
get
link.
Egg in here.
I'll send him a link. We're gonna play. Who wants to play? Who's today's surprise contestant?
It's Egg Foo.
All right. Let's get going here.
Nothing. I'm just laughing at the irony of life.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Egg can hop on. He'll join us here. Let's begin. We got our first real good look. And what's interesting about this is all of the teaser trailers that we've gotten for Peacemaker in the past have been stuff that you wouldn't be able to play over the speaker at work. You'd have to listen to your headphones.
Right.
We
I
got
can't wait for this show.
We got a 3-minute trailer this week.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
That was
haven't watched it
also
either.
that is also safe for work. It was edited down, and you can listen to it at work. Here's some highlight.
What does that mean?
Truth is, I'm supposed to be in prison.
For what?
Superhero stuff.
What superhero are you?
Peacemaker.
Get out of here! There's no superhero called Peacemaker!
Dude, I'm famous.
You're a born killer with expertise in every weapon known to humankind. I'm giving you the chance to stay out of prison and work for me.
Kill people.
Bad people.
This is Hardcore. Your handler in the field. Don Economist, Tech and Tactics. And this is our new recruit, Adebayo.
Oh, now see,
You don't have to shoot people after you already killed them.
Right. Who's the guy that's peeking out behind the trash can?
Vigilantes, trying to be helpful.
Our first target is Senator Royland Goff. Goff may be traveling with his family.
Are you sure those two kids came out of those parents? That's an attractive couple, and that one looks like it came out of them, but the other one looks like a butt baby.
A butt baby.
Yeah, my older brother told me there's two types of babies. One that comes out normal, and then butt babies. Worse in every way, they come out of a woman's butt. No, I believed I was a butt baby until I was like 14.
That explains a lot. There's something about him that's sad.
Hey, Dad.
How did my sperm grow into a Nancy boy like you?
No, lately I'm just thinking of a maniac.
No!
That's because we're born killers. What separates us from other killers is we only kill bad people. Usually. Unless there's a mistake.
You use being a jerk as a way to push people away.
Suck at PowerPoint!
But if you would just drop that, people actually might like you.
First, you have to have quality time with John Cena in just his tidy whities. That has to happen in the trailer. Yeah. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. It's got a lot of action, and his comedic chops are getting sharpened. And James Gunn can certainly help you with that. Look what he did with Dave Bautista. So,
right.
Yeah, I feel like this is the part John Cena was born to play.
Could be.
It just looks so good.
And it's so funny, because in the 90s, that's when he showed up in the WWE. And,
in the 90s? He's been in the WWE for that long?
Yes.
Remember, it's 2021 this year.
It's what?
Yeah, exactly.
No, but he showed up during when Stone Cold was there and stuff like that. So he's been in there for a bit. And when he did show up, what makes me laugh about him being in his underpants in these movies is when he first showed up, his trunks, they purposely made them look like tidy whities.
Oh, awesome. So it's even kind of an inside joke.
It wasn't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. For this, it makes it kind of like an inside joke.
So I remember, Nettie, my little friend and stuff, we'd have a big, wrestling party every Monday. And this asshole shows up, and we started calling him Captain Underpants before there was a Captain Underpants.
The children's book?
Yeah. And we're just like, who is this asshole? And why is he wearing that, And I hated him so much. And actually, I hated him as John Cena, too. But now I really love him.
Carl in the chat room, fact checking here. John Cena's debut, correct, November 5th, 1999.
Slides in under.
That's in the 90s.
2 months to spare.
Fuck you guys.
And Tiffany says he's the same age as Stephen Colbert.
Isn't that crazy?
Which I
So hold on. Am I
Yeah.
wrong that he debuted in the 90s?
No.
No.
You're technically
Just
you're
like
right.
Technically, I debuted in the 60s.
Hey, also, we shouldn't forget to introduce our host, Mr. Kerry Jackson.
Oh, hi. Monday through Friday, 6 to 10, X96, x96.com.
Hey, Gary,
wait, no.
I heard it again.
What?
Bill forgot what he ate.
Oh, no.
I also, before we get started, Tiffany Hudson has a correction. Captain Underpants debuted in 1997.
There you go.
So-
Well, I didn't know
pal.
that. I wasn't a teacher and shit. I didn't have no fucking kid.
Got your pal. Got your pal.
Fuck you, pal.
Let's see. I need my DC fans to tell me about Metal Men.
Oh.
Metal Men are interesting.
Metal
Yeah.
Men. Now, I did some
Yeah.
research, but what do you got?
So there's
Well-
that. Oh, look. Even
Yep.
Lee knows.
Lee's got a Metal Man comic framed
Oh,
right
look
there.
at that. There you
Yeah,
go.
This is from the week of my birth.
Nice. Metal Men is a group of android type superheroes that are each formed out of a different type of metal, and they were, I believe, created by Dr. T.O. Morrow. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
T.O. Morrow.
T.O. Morrow.
And they all have
uh,
different powers.
Yeah, kind of slightly based on whatever their metal is. You have platinum, which is the hot one. You got iron, which is the strong one.
Okay, let's see how you do.
Yeah,
Gold.
Tin's the jokey one.
Oh, he's got them up right there. Yeah, mercury,
Yeah.
gold. Oh, and lead. Can't forget
Lead.
about lead.
And what's
Lead,
the pretty-
lead
there's a
poisons
lady.
water.
There's a lady.
Lead poisons water.
Lead just poisons water.
Tina,
Yeah.
that's Tin with an A. So
Oh, there you go. Okay, well, this project has been kicking around Hollywood for quite a while. Apparently, back in the 1990s and the 2000s with Warner's, trying to get it made at various points. At one point, X-Men producer Laura Schuler Donner was attached to make it happen. Jeff Johns, Barry Sonnenfeld wanted to do a Metal Men project. But now we have animation legends Ron Clements and John Musker. Now, they've worked on some movies you may have heard of. Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Princess and the Frog. You may have
Never
heard
heard
of
of
those.
Not aware.
They have teamed up with Celeste Ballard, who, now don't hold this against her, was a writer who worked on Space Jam: A New Legacy.
Oh, nope. Done.
No, wait. Wait, let me bring in more of the
Okay.
of the resumes here.
Mephisto confirmed.
Yeah, I know. Craig Peck is producing. Allison Abate, former producer of The Iron Giant and The Corpse Bride, is going to be shepherding the project.
Okay.
Okay. And the writers are very funny people. So it's going to be a comedy, probably. Comedy action. You know, think
there's
along the
no way.
lines.
There's no way it couldn't be.
Yeah, it's got to be a comedy because the characters are just like
Odd.
their personalities are like extreme versions of each kind of personality that
Well,
they have. Like each
The research
whatever.
I did was they debuted in 1962. And the concept
Which
was
is
a brilliant
in the 60s.
was a brilliant scientist, William Magnus, not Tom.
Doc Magnus.
Oh, William
Doc
Magnus.
Magnus.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You're
God
right.
damn it.
I'm
We're
sorry.
so stupid.
I
Look,
suck.
and he's got a pipe.
He's got a pipe.
Yep,
Yeah,
Doc
he
Magnus.
look-
Gosh
he-
dang it!
he
Who did
looks like
T.O.
Bob
Morrow-
Dobbs.
Was T.O. Morrow the one that made a Mazo?
Yes. Maybe.
I'll take your word for it.
And Red Tornado.
The group had its own title in the 60s, then made frequent appearances throughout the DC universe. The stories have vacillated in tone from comedic to somber, with the group at times being on the run from the government agents and also being robot assassins.
There was a period of time in the late 60s, early 70s where Metal Men, Doom Patrol, and X-Men were all trying to out-weird each other to the point where X-Men actually have the tagline, the weirdest comic superheroes of all time. It was like, they're just like, let's get these hippies and their psychedelics involved in our comical books.
And actually, if you go on HBO Max, because they've got every single version of the Batman cartoons,
Yeah.
what was the, like, really the one where he teamed up with people.
Brave and the Bold.
Brave and the Bold.
Yeah.
There's a great episode where he teams up
with the Metal Man.
With the Metal Man.
Oh,
go
cool.
check it out, and it's
Now,
hilarious.
one of the writers on the script on this show is worked on a show I'd like you all to dig up and watch because I found it immensely funny. It was a comedy on TBS called Wrecked, which is about a group of people whose plane crash on and on. It's a parody of Lost, basically, but it was very, very funny shit. So look it up if you're looking for something to stream, something to try out.
I was wrong
Because
again.
I can't find anything.
Amazo was made by Professor Ivo. T.O. Morrow did Red Tornado, like Lee said, and then you had
Right, because I'm not a DC fan.
Magnus, Doc, whatever his
Doc
face
Magnus.
is. Doc Magnus. I think it's perfect. Animation is the way you have to go for these characters. There's no way you'd be able to do a live action and have it look good and come in at a reasonable budget. Drink. No, wait, Lee has to say budget.
No,
Budget!
There we
Anytime
go.
anybody says budget.
Oh, Andrew points out that these animators also worked on Princess and the Frog, which is also another good one.
Beautifully animated movie.
Yes, and they're redoing the ride at Disneyland to no longer be Splash Mountain. It's going to be Princess and the Frog themed.
Right.
That works.
Why, though?
As long as cartoon animals throw me off a cliff, I don't care.
That's what'll happen.
But with less racial undertones. Preferably none.
You know, goddamn Disney, they're woke.
Anytime someone says woke, ask them what does that mean,
Yeah,
and
what do you
then
mean by that?
listen to them try to explain it without sounding racist or homophobic. Good luck.
It just, they just like things they might not understand.
Now, there's an interesting little article that I found on, I think it was on IO9. The headline reads, HBO spent $30 million on a Game of Thrones prequel that we will never see.
Yeah, I saw this headline and I'm like, wow.
It's just fascinating.
And yet, there's still no macabre Mandelabra.
Still.
You could have done it on half the budget.
They
I could have done it on a 30th of the budget.
Yeah, it says
$500,000.
it's a book called Tinderbox, HBO's Ruthless Pursuit of New Frontiers by James Andrew Miller. It revealed that the canceled pilot cost over $30 million. Wow. We didn't add an extra zero, $30 million plus for the episode, and it was trashed. Former chairman of Warner Media, Bob Greenblatt, says in the book, they had spent over $30 million on the Game of Thrones prequel pilot. It was in production when I got there. I saw a cut of it in a few months after I arrived, and I said to the chief content officer, Casey, this just doesn't work, and I don't think it delivers on the promise of the original series. He did not disagree,
Ooh.
and it was a relief to everyone.
You know, and it's funny, because if I had $30 million to just throw away, you know what I would do? I would open some shelters for people who were displaced by the pandemic.
Like when I hear,
Yeah.
when I hear shit like this, I'm like, give it to schools.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Just
Or
let out water.
you think of the however much they paid for the Snyder Cut and how many people that would have fed. Because again, it's not a matter of people not pulling themselves up by their bootstraps. The pandemic actually screwed up a billion lives. So no, let's just throw $30 million at it.
But Carrie, did they do that with the original pilot
the original,
for Game of Thrones?
The original Game of Thrones pilot?
There's an entirely different pilot that was shot, and they had to recast and reshoot.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, it's in this book called Tinderbox, HBO's Ruthless Pursuit of New Frontiers, James Andrew Miller. So maybe you can.
Hey, but if you want a real trip, you can actually find footage of Genevieve. I can't remember her last name. The original Catherine Janeway.
Oh. Yes.
Voyager. There's
Jeanette Bujold, is that her name?
Genevieve Bujold. Yeah. Anyway, she was so wispy, so she'd be giving Catherine Janeway's lines. She'd be like, "Make it so Mr. Cote."
Oh.
Instead of
right, because Kate Mulgrew was basically doing one of the Mars Attacks Martians.
Yeah.
She's pulled it back. She's pulled it back quite a bit for Star Trek Prodigy, I've noticed.
Yeah.
But
Well, see, I was going to say I've listened to a couple of books that she reads on Audible, and she's a fantastic narrator.
Oh, that was
Really
very much
good.
Janeway. That wasn't Catherine Mulgrew. That was very much her character of Janeway.
She was awesome in Orange is the New Black, too.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
Couple
really good.
seasons,
That's
yeah.
red.
And if you really want to see her amazing, her Mrs. Columbo back in 1978.
Shut up, Lee.
You and I, Lee, are the only ones. Anyway, Catherine Hahn. Oh, we love Catherine Hahn, don't we?
Yeah.
She was. I watched the Drew Barrymore show, so you don't have to. Just so
God!
You know.
Why do you watch it?
I just watch it
for
to
this
see
show.
I just watch it to see how early on she's going to just start crying, because it's like usually at the 7 or 8 minute mark.
I watch it for research for this thing here.
You don't watch that show. It's garbage.
I heard she was on, and so it's
garbage.
Yeah. Anyway, she stated that she hasn't heard anything definitive about Agatha House of Harkness, and specifically, I wish Rebecca were here. Specifically about Mephisto appearing.
Oh my gosh. What a day to have problems with your computer, Rebecca.
I know, right?
This was primed for you.
I think today should be the day that we just dive into all of the conspiracy wacky shit that Rebecca's into and just talk about it ad nauseum.
Get it all out of our system so when she comes back, we never talk about it again. No. We talked about that last week, Rebecca. Sorry.
It's also, it's just so, it's too bad she didn't have some time to prepare.
I even have special music for Rebecca now.
Man, you had it teed up and everything.
I know. Wow. I was so disappointed she's not going to be here.
Right, yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, here's what Catherine...
And she, I can't make my computer work.
Here's what Catherine Hahn said. I didn't even know the title of the show until it was released to the public. They keep it so tight. I keep hearing about Mephisto. I have no idea that it was a big thing during WandaVision. I think right now anything is possible at Marvel, but I've never heard anything definitive about it at all. I'll say to deflect that there is something that does feel so badass to be playing. We think of a witch and you think of a woman who is loud, who is mysterious, who is dangerous because she's complicated and she's misunderstood. All that stuff is a turn on to me as a performer to sink my teeth into. Now this correlates with a story that also resurfaced this week about J. Jonah Jameson. And the actor who plays him.
Mephisto confirmed.
Yeah, that's right. Mephisto confirmed.
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons, yeah.
He's being interviewed because he's got this other project out, and because Spider-Man is coming around, and he's going to be in the new Spider-Man movie as J. Jonah Jameson. He says, "I'll tell you how I found out that I got the role. So I was walking through some offices, and some kid wheeled out from a cubicle, and pointed at me and said, J.K. Simmons, congratulations." And I said, "Thanks, for what?" And he goes, "You're J. Jonah Jameson." And he went, "I am?" Okay. 3 hours later, my agent called me. He said, "You're J. Jonah Jameson." I said, "I know, a kid told me already."
A kid told me.
And that was for the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man?
That was for the first, yes. So.
Yeah, that is awesome.
There you go. All right, we'll take a break.
I also read that he had to fight to have the iconic mustache.
Why would you not? I would think Sam Raimi would.
Because it's
for the new ones.
Oh, well, you need that. Of course you do.
It's J. Jonah Jameson's thing. You gotta have that.
That's like Hitler did so many bad things, right? We can all agree on that.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
That wasn't his mustache, Shannon.
But why fuck up?
He was emulating Charlie Chaplin.
Why fuck up a whole mustache?
That's the big problem.
Right. The bigger question is, why did Michael Jordan have it for a while? That's the bigger question.
Also a good question.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Blah blah.
Lee, your video froze.
Oh, it's been doing it all day long. It's so.
But
exciting.
it froze on a look like.
I'm like.
I thought Egg was gonna hop in here. What are you doing, Egg?
He's hopping in during the break. He'll be in.
Oh, he is?
Right now. He didn't want to interrupt because he's kind like that.
What a guy!
Wow.
He's
so it's like upstairs, downstairs.
And there he is. Hey, I found a new show.
What?
What?
It's called Dollface. Have you watched Dollface?
What?
Are you gonna?
I think I have.
Are you gonna tell us? Are you gonna tell us about this in the consumption part?
Yep.
Yeah, don't tell us.
Okay.
We don't want to know right now.
I'm gonna because last week I was so sick, all I could do was watch TV for 3 days.
Dollface was the show with what's her face?
That one lady.
Yep.
That person.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to it.
Hey,
Let's hear some mic check from Egg.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's in a good spot, so this is where I will be. Is that?
I think you sound
beautiful.
good.
Do I need to
Sounds
come closer?
No, you're good.
Wait, normally I prop it up on a box.
Yeah, you're
well,
fine.
put it on the box.
Put it on the box.
Put it on the box.
Hold it. What's the box first? I want to see what the box is. What is that?
It's a Gundam.
That's
the-
Okay. All
The
right.
new Master Grade Gundam F90, the original F90 kit, was my first Gundam I ever built back in the 90s, so
Yeah.
I'm going
Have
to
you
build this
started-
one and compare the two.
That beard is magnificent.
It's getting there.
It's
I
good
like it.
there. Yeah, it's not scratchy.
We're having
Yeah.
a competition.
Scraggly.
All right.
All right,
guys-
how's that?
You
Good.
guys look.
Is that better?
Yeah.
All right.
We ready?
Beagle mixes think this show is really boring. Look at it.
Put some
He
right to
does
sleep.
sleep.
All right. And we're back. Okay. Egg Foo has joined us. Hello, Egg Foo.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Guess where he is?
Upstairs.
Yeah,
up there.
about 10 feet away.
Up above.
15 more fill-in engagements. We're putting you on the shirt.
Yes. Rebecca, you're on notice. I kid. I have music for Rebecca. What?
I was going to say,
Yeah.
Hey, watch out, Rebecca, because we might have a new pretty lady.
Egg?
Yes.
I'll get a wig.
All right.
I have a few
Rebecca
wigs.
has missed so many episodes.
Exactly. I have music for Rebecca. What? I'm not getting rid of her. I got conspiracy corner music for Rebecca. What?
All right. Now say something spooky and conspiratorial, Egg. It's your chance.
Bigfoot's real.
Nailed it.
No.
That was pretty shitty.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Sorry, Rebecca,
Whatever,
your
nailed
job's
it.
safe.
I think you
Well,
nailed it.
This this is
Wait,
either
here we go. Kingpin is Mephisto.
Now
good. I
you're
like that.
sounding like Rebecca.
I like that. Here we go. This is either the greatest thing that will ever happen, or something that you will run away from in terror. This project I'm about to tell you about.
Oh, God.
So, I told you about this. Renfield is the name of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Now there are two.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd say there are two Dracula projects I'm looking forward to. Never been a big enough fan to make that sentence, but there are two Dracula projects I'm looking forward to. The first one is the last voyage of the Demeter, which the Demeter was the ship that Dracula's casket was on that brought him to America, and that's going to be England. Sorry, England. And then there's this. It's Renfield. It's told from the point of view of Dracula's assistant, Renfield.
Yeah.
Dracula?
Played by Nicholas Hoult, who, and I'm looking forward to this for a couple of reasons. Is one, I've been watching The Great on Hulu with Nicholas Hoult, and he can do comedy. He can do comedy,
Oh, yeah.
and then in a moment's notice,
You saw those X-Men movies.
in a moment's
so
notice,
funny as Beast.
can go from comedy to scary motherfucker.
Yeah,
and so
he is amazing on that show. He really is.
So he's Renfield, and we've also cast Awkwafina, coming off of Shang-Chi, is going to be on it, and she's going to be Renfield's friend, sassy friend, I guess. I don't know.
That isn't that her job, just to be people's sassy friend?
The sassy friend.
Seems like it.
But now they've cast Dracula.
Who's Dracula?
Now, before I tell you,
love
let me
this
just
news.
let me just say
Scarlett Johansson again.
again. Let me just say that the project Renfield is going to explore the abusive relationship that Renfield and Dracula have, because it's not healthy, is it at all?
I was not excited for this movie until I saw this news.
Until you saw the
Well,
huh?
Who's Dracula?
There's a scene in the Dracula book where Renfield made Dracula a quiche, and he had spent all day on it, and he worked on it really hard, and he had this full presentation and got this expensive wine, and Dracula didn't even show up. He just ghosted him.
Was it a blueberry quiche?
Whoa!
That's a pie. That's a pie.
So they've cast Dracula for this. Nicolas Cage. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there we go. Fuck.
Put this right there. I'm just going to drop that right there for you and let you examine that for a minute.
Well, he's already done the research.
Well, he's already got his hair dyed, too.
Well, he said the research in Vampire's Kiss.
I forgot. Of course. He's been in so many goddamn movies. He's played nearly,
people
everything.
listening to this show, if you have never seen a movie called Vampire's Kiss, starring Mr. Nicolas Cage, he's always been crazy. Go and watch this. He's like a guy that thinks he's a vampire.
Oh, he's not a vampire in the movie? Oh, okay.
But he thinks he is.
I never saw it, so
It
I don't
just
know.
sounds like something Nicolas
What?
Cage would do in real life. I mean,
I'm pretty sure Lee and I watched it together at least 12 times.
This is it says here it takes a look at the toxic and codependent relationship of Renfield and Dracula, bringing it into a modern day setting in an adventure story with a comedic tone.
Modern day.
I'm out now. Now I'm out.
Ryan Ridley, who wrote on Ghosted and Rick and Morty, penned the script.
Maybe I'm back in.
Based on a story outline from Robert Kirkman. So.
oh yeah. Okay, well,
Okay, fine.
And it's directed by the guy who gave us the Lego Batman movie, Chris McKay. So
You know what?
God
I'm going
damn
to
it.
call it now. This movie's going to have the walking farts.
oh, one of my favorite gags.
the walk.
What?
Every
As you
step's a new
walk
fart.
And fart every
Yep.
step.
So
Yes,
it's going to have the walking farts all the way through
Uh-huh.
it. It's going to.
just like from the labyrinth and the bog of eternal stench.
Thank you.
What's happening?
I don't know.
We need the woman. Where's
We
the
need
woman?
the woman. Where is the female?
Where's our balance?
So this Secret Invasion TV series that they're making for Disney Plus about the Nick Fury and the green shape-shifting aliens, the
Skrulls.
Skrulls. We're getting more and more of the cast is showing up. Maria Hill is going to be in it. Colby Smulders is
I
joining
like
the
her.
cast.
I like her too.
Cool.
She's Nick Fury's right-hand woman, of course.
She's a scroll.
You think?
Spoilers.
So you got Sam Jackson as Nick Fury. You got Ben Mendelsohn coming on as Talos. You got
God, he was great, right?
He was. Yeah.
You've got Oscar winner Olivia Colman, who is great, joining this show.
Who's that?
She's a British actress. Doesn't say
Okay.
who she's playing. Emilia Clarke is in it.
Mephisto.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Christopher McDonald, Killian Scott, Kingsley Benadire. It's shaping up nicely. A hell of a cast. So
Throw some of them Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in there.
Yeah.
maybe
oh
that's
my gosh.
Give me some of them daisies.
that would be
Yes.
interesting.
And Agent Mays.
Oh, Agent May, please.
Yeah. Why not?
May not.
All that shit's unoptioned now, so anybody can
the-
can use it. It's all
And they're
back
out-
out.
Give me
They're
the
out
two
in space,
scientists
too.
I love those two that I
The
can't remember their names
the
of.
two scientists.
Yeah.
Fitz and Simmons.
Fitz
yeah,
and Simmons.
Fitz and Simmons.
Yeah. They're all unoptioned by ABC Network now, so that can all be used for MCU stuff.
Get
Which
'em
we'll
in
talk
there.
about in a deep dive later about some other things that are unoptioned.
Yeah, and some Coulson, like Tiffany says. Some
Yeah, get some Coulson in there. That'd be nice. Oh, no, he died, didn't he? Anyway, I don't know. All right.
No, he flew away in his new Lola.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. And more casting with this Ahsoka Tano TV series coming up. Ivana Sakno from Pacific Rim Uprising
What's that?
has been cast opposite...
There was another Pacific Rim movie?
Was that the anime one?
You guys,
I heard there's
remember, we don't talk about that around Lee.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right.
I thought that was Highlander 2 we don't talk about around.
Highlander what?
No, wait.
Exactly.
Stop it!
Or was it Blues Brothers 2000 we don't talk
What?
about
No,
Jim
stop
Carrey?
it!
What?
Stop it!
Which
right.
one's... Oh, I can't remember.
But this actress has been cast opposite Rosario Dawson and Natasha Liu Bordizzo in Ahsoka.
That's not how that's said.
I don't know how it's said. I don't know. They're not saying...
He went
no.
phonetically. Let him go.
Well, what is it then?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
You don't know, but you know that I'm wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just checking.
I'm sorry. I have
Just
a
kidding.
21-year-old in the house. I just felt them say wrong.
Actually, we just both like double Bill Allred him.
That's right. Natasha is playing Sabine Wren. We told you about that last week.
Uh-huh.
Sakano will play a newly created character, according to sources. So
Mephisto.
Mephisto, confirmed. There it is. Now, she was Sakano. Well, she was in this mysterious robot movie thing. She was in The Spy Who Dumped Me. She was also on that show, the Hulu series High Fidelity, which is another show if you're looking for something to binge. It's only one season, but it was terrific. And she was in that.
Looking for something to binge because there's nothing to watch.
And she just was also in The Reunion just recently. So she will be joining Ahsoka Tano. Also, now, we've been doing casting. Now we're losing casting. The Fury Road prequel.
Never going to happen.
Oh, no.
I'm not going to say you're wrong, Lee.
It's never going to happen. Sorry, it took him like 40 years to make a sequel to Beyond Thunderdome. He's 75. He's not making any more movies.
Well,
he was 85.
He's like 97,000 years old.
Yahya Abdul Mateen II has left the Fury Road prequel. Dr. Manhattan from HBO's Watchmen. Candyman.
Oh, okay.
Morpheus. He's Morpheus in The Matrix Resurrections. He's Black Manta, of course.
Yeah.
Also, but like, can you explain to me why he's Morpheus now?
What? Can't hear you.
No, why is he Morpheus now? I don't get that.
Oh, I'll have to watch the movie.
Well,
I don't know.
If you watch the trailer for Matrix Resurrection, is it Resurrection?
Yeah.
Anyway, what they're saying is that it's essentially a reboot
Backup.
or a direct sequel to the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Things can change in the Matrix.
Okay, all right.
It's a computer program, so that makes sense.
And
exactly.
Plus, Lawrence Fishburne's old as fuck, right?
And then there's that.
Okay.
So he's left the project. Chris Hemsworth's still in it. So you know it's going to be made if you got a Hemsworth attached, right?
Right.
I mean, unless he walks away. But, yeah, so now if Ridley Scott is out running around doing interviews because he's got this Gucci movie that he's done. And listen to just about any Ridley Scott interview. He is crazy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In a wonderful way. In a wonderful way. I mean.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And he don't care. He's Ridley Scott. He doesn't have to put up with any shit, you know.
No, he got your money in 1979. He's been fine ever since.
Exactly. And then there's this. This is how I try to stay in the loop on a lot of things, but I completely missed this one. I've seen promos for the Chucky TV series. And I thought, good for you, Chucky fans. This is for you. Enjoy. I guess it's doing really well.
Well,
yeah.
My TV keeps telling me to watch it.
Your TV wants you to join a whole bunch of other people, apparently.
I think Eddie really likes it.
It's apparently pretty popular. And so much so that the Sci-Fi Channel is given a go-ahead for season 2 of this. And I don't think it's even done with season 1 yet, I don't think.
I think it's got a couple left.
So they've greenlit season 2 already.
Well, sci-fi is just like, hey, somebody's watching something on us.
Since we already finished all of our other good shows, here's one.
It runs on USA and Sci-Fi. They both run the show. They announced it was, here's some ratings. It was one of the top 2 new cable series for viewers ages 18 to 49. The other one that we love, Resident Alien with Alan Tudyk.
Yeah. So, but here's the thing. There's such huge name recognition with Chucky.
Chucky, yeah.
Yeah, like, and like even little kids, like 3rd and 4th grade, they know who Chucky is. So it makes sense.
Yeah, my attorney Ed Brass loves Chucky. I don't think he's watching this series, but thank you. Also, let's see. All right.
Wait, is Resident Alien streaming anywhere yet?
I know if I have cable, I can watch it on demand, but I don't
think it's
know.
on Isn't all their stuff on Hulu?
Do they throw it on Hulu?
I think so.
It's not though. I'm gonna look.
I don't know.
Someone look it up if you would.
I'm looking.
And finally, this before we go to break, techradar.com is running down in no particular order, and it's interesting that they didn't do it in order. Whatever. The 50 best arcade games of all time.
Man, fucking Paperboy better be on there.
Yeah.
I only have a partial list. You'd have to go to Tech Radar to find them all. So I pulled the top ones that I found.
If
Well, that's the
Burger
trick,
Ti-
right?
If Burger Time isn't on there, I'm gonna fucking tear apart my whole house.
Let me just read a few, and then you can tell me what needs to be on the list.
Okay. All right.
Donkey Kong,
Sure.
from
Yeah, classic.
1981, of course. Frogger, also from 81.
You betcha.
And on one of the best Seinfeld episodes ever.
That's true. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 1989.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can only get through that game with like $33 worth of quarters.
I know, right? It was hard. From 1972, Pong.
So yeah, it started it.
Yeah.
You know.
From 72.
That's like a pity ranking.
You think it's in there
that's-
just for feels, or
Yeah,
no,
just
that's
because.
like the people that get the Oscar for like Lifetime Achievement Award. you know?
I think not recognizing Pong is kind of like
That's what I mean.
saying that Buster Keaton isn't funny, right?
Right.
That's the foundation we built everything else off of.
yeah.
You have to.
From 1979, one that I have many fond memories of, Asteroids.
Yeah.
Braden and I, my best friend in high school, we would go at lunchtime. We'd get in his pickup truck and we'd go to the 7-Eleven in Spanish Fork and play Asteroids. That's all we did.
Well,
Get a beef and bean burrito from the 7-Eleven and play Asteroids.
There you go.
Asteroids was really special because it was one of the first that had usage of inertia while you were playing the game.
Yes.
You could aim the ship and you could stop hitting your thruster and it would continue to move in that direction following the laws of inertia, and same with the asteroids and stuff like that.
This is how nerdy Braden and I were. All right. The local paper, Salem, where I grew up, was too small to have a newspaper, but the city next to us, the Spanish Fork Press, so we were in Spanish Fork High School. And they would always run pictures. There was something about the photographer at the Spanish Fork Press who insisted that when awards were given, that the people presenting and receiving the awards were in the shot, and they had to be holding the award, each of them with one hand, and then shaking hands, right?
Yeah. Classic.
So Brad and I made a little paper asteroid ship and took a picture of me presenting an asteroid ship to him. And we wrote the story and the headline, and we mailed it to the Spanish Fork Press to see if they'd print it. It was, "Local boy gets extra ships at asteroids."
Nuh-uh.
Did they print it?
They did not.
Oh,
God damn it.
That's just a story to tell you how nerdy I was growing up. All right.
I love it.
From 1992, X-Men. Remember the X-Men game?
Oh yeah, that was a great game.
Classic.
Also $32 worth of quarters to finish.
Here's the thing about that X-Men game. That was the one time that you liked Cyclops.
Yes, he was powerful in that game.
I'm sorry, Lee. I'm sorry.
It was made by a team of Japanese people who had no clue who the X-Men were.
Right?
Really?
They were just like given the assets and they're like, okay.
Yeah, because Magneto shows up with a bunch of Nazis.
Yeah.
Was it a
Get them, my Nazis!
Was it a Capcom or a Konami?
Capcom.
One of those.
Capcom.
I think it was Capcom. Yeah.
Yeah.
From 1981, Ms. Pac-Man,
Definitely.
Okay.
which actually was better than regular Pac-Man, I think. But
Wasn't it just the same, but with a bow?
No, the maps were different.
it's a little bit harder. A little bit harder, yeah. From 1994, Sega Rally. So I guess a racing game?
Racing game, yeah.
I never played racing
It was one of
games.
those first ones that had networked racing cabinets, so you're all racing against each other.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
It was a big deal.
Oh, racing.
Racing.
Oh, not racist.
Nope.
Well,
Couldn't
it
even
was.
see the people in the cars.
It was the early 90s. Oh, wait, we still have it. Okay, never mind. 1991, Street Fighter II.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Because it made that whole competitive thing
Yes.
where
I lost.
players were playing against each other.
Original
and
NES.
pumping in all their quarters.
Yeah, Street Fighter on the original NES. I must have lost a year. Mm-hmm. Well, that and drugs.
Now remember, these are arcade games, folks. People are weighing in with their favorite, home video games. These
Console
are
games, yeah.
These are arcade,
These are what you had to leave your house, you chumps.
And then also on the list from 1978, Space Invaders,
Oh,
yeah.
which still is great.
Wait, and have you played the new version where you can go like Dave and Buster's or other arcades? And
The giant version?
The giant version, where basically you have like a cannon, and you're like, It's so fun.
It's kind of cool. Yeah.
Do you know I've never finished the first screen of Donkey Kong?
What?
I've never finished it.
Shut up.
I've never been able
Why?
to. I have never
I did
been able to
once.
get. I've never been able to get past the first screen of Donkey Kong ever, and I've
Really?
tried
What?
100 million times.
Yep.
Wow. I've never met anyone.
Well, now you have.
Wow.
I also can't remember the lyrics to anything.
I
There
can
are
help you
things-
with that.
Well, you tried. You tried on the way down to San Diego, and we
Did I
realized
try-
I don't even know all the words to Gilligan's Island theme song.
Tried teaching you.
Yeah. I just,
My favorite arcade game, and I wonder if it's still out there. It was I'd go down to the Galleria, and it was a sit down, and so you're encased in this thing, and it was the Star Trek Strategic Operations Simulator.
yeah, I remember that.
what
1981,
was-
1982.
What was great about it was because you'd have to turn your ship, and you had a knob, but the knob was weighted so that it was like you could really swing it, and that you'd shoot the Klingon ships, and it
It was wireframe.
It was just wireframe, yeah. But it was, but God, that was a fun game.
It was the same. I had two that really got me. One was the X-wing flight sim that was like
Yes.
I don't remember what it was, but it was all wireframe. But it had
That's
the
just the original Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star
arcade
Wars,
game.
yeah. And I loved that. Loved it. And then there was a game called Marble Madness that came out in the late 80s.
Yeah.
Oh,
with
yes.
the with the
With the
trackball
ball.
and the
Yeah.
mazes and the things and the stuff and the horns
Oh.
and yeah.
Two that one, I can't believe that Battlezone wasn't on there.
Battlezone, yeah. Well, it might be. Like I said, there's 50 of them on the
Right,
list.
Right,
you know.
and because I love that game, but in Ely, that's where my grandma Dick lived. At the Friar Tuck's, this like restaurant, they had a game called Crazy Climber. Do you guys remember Crazy
Yep.
Climber?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had that. They
Right?
had that. That was the only video game on the Heber Creeper. So every year when my parents made me ride that
Yeah.
stupid fucking train, I just sit
Right.
there and play Crazy Climber.
Right, where you're the guy and you're climbing up a building, and you had the two joysticks, and like birds are shitting on you and stuff. God,
Oh, yeah, I
that's
remember
what
the birds.
Slamming their windows down on your
Yeah,
fingers.
they're like, "Hey, fuck you, crazy climber."
dropping flower pots on your head.
Yeah. What? When do we get that movie?
That's 2024. Yeah. I got way
Starring
into
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, starring Nicolas Cage, exactly. There was one night, for some reason, I was at the Utah Fun Dome, and for some reason I got way into Police 911 by Konami, if you guys ever played that one. It was one of the really cool light gun games that had cameras that tracked your movement. So you could move in real life, and it would move the character on screen to duck behind crates and things like that.
Yeah,
so that you
yeah.
can take cover when you're getting shot at.
Oh, I totally remember that game. It was
And
so fun.
I think I threw, I can't remember, maybe $5 or $10 at it. It equated to about half an hour of playing time, right? And so I'm doing squats basically for half an hour, not realizing I'm doing squats and just enjoying the game.
You're tricking me into exercising.
Exactly. I had trouble walking for the next 3 days.
What was that super violent
Punch Out?
No.
Mortal Kombat?
Can I finish?
Sorry.
No, probably not.
Hey, don't interrupt me. I never interrupt anybody. Was it called like Narc or whatever?
Oh,
Like,
Narc was one, yeah.
Narc.
yeah. Where you were like a cop and you're just shooting the shit out of brown people and killing them?
Yeah, twin stick shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one. All right. After these messages, we'll be right
Back.
Lee, is your video coming back?
No, I think it's just gone forever. That's gonna be my wistful look. Let me fix that real quick.
You should get a high quality live streaming camera like I've got.
I have one. This is the Elgato face cam. For some reason, it's just freezing up today.
There's if you're still into arcades, there's a place other than Dave and Buster's that you can go. It's called Round One, and there's one in Southtown Mall in Sandy, and I think there's another one somewhere in the valley as well. And it's a really, really cool arcade. It's huge. You do the Dave and Buster's type thing where you get a card and you charge it up with money or whatever, and you just do swipe at each of the arcade games. It's a lot of fun. Really cool place.
All right. We ready?
Can I need to go blow my nose.
Hurry.
Gotta go blowsy his nosy.
I'll be right back.
All right. And all you lucky people get to hear it. Yes.
Yep.
This is the fun part. How explosive will it be? Let's place your bets on a scale of 1 to 10.
I'm gonna bet on a 6.
6? Okay.
Let's see. Will I be able to hear it upstairs?
That's also a bet. Okay.
Yep. We got two bets going.
I'm going to say that it's going to be a reasonably quiet one. I'm going to say 3.
Moose, get down.
Ooh.
Moose, get down.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah.
It's hard to tell because the microphone was pointed the wrong way. So did you hear it, Egg?
No.
Egg didn't hear it. Okay, it's not a 6 then.
But I've
I think
also
Carrie.
got
I think
earplugs
Carrie
in,
got
so.
it. Oh, that's true.
All right. While we're
Probably
waiting for
probably a 3 or a 4.
Shannon to come back, I'd like to show you all sandwich perfection.
Oh man,
the yummy egg salad right there, huh?
This is your
Got the crust off.
Japanese style egg salad sandwich. When Sue and I were in Tokyo, we were in a hurry. I can't remember why, probably to catch a train or something. And we hadn't eaten. And so we went to a convenience store and we just got the egg salad sandwich. Which, you know, if it were America, I wouldn't do that. But I thought, okay, let's see what we got here. Delicious, right? So Sue went on the internet and looked up how to make those sandwiches. And apparently Anthony Bourdain did a whole episode of his show about it.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look this up.
So she did her own research and she's figured out how to make the Japanese egg salad sandwich. This is the kind of content you want, right? This is it, right?
It's making me hungry.
And my egg joke. Excellent.
Hey. Well done.
Yeah. That's how I like my eggs too.
Mm.
Well done. It's not a way you make eggs. Ha ha! Take that.
We ready?
All right.
Here
Hey
we
guys,
go.
look. When I was in San Francisco, look. I got
You got moose.
I got socks.
Moose
with
socks.
on them.
Moose socks.
All right, we ready? 3, 2, 1. And we're back. Okay. What have you guys been consuming this week? Who wants to start?
A list out here.
Oh, wait. Now, Lee was talking about some show.
I was.
Dollface, right?
Dollface. Yep. I guess I'll go first.
Go
I
first.
love Dollface.
Dollface is a show that was interrupted by the pandemic. So the first season aired like 2 years ago. And the second season doesn't even start until this coming February because pandemic, people. It's Kat Denning as a girl who was recently broken up with. Kat Denning is a girl who's recently broken up with. And she's got a very vivid imagination. So every once in a while, this woman with a cat head, like fully animated cat head, shows up and tells her that she's being stupid. And I love it. It's awesome. But I also love it because it's like just women being cool to other women, which is something we don't see a lot of in shows. So that's a lot of fun. Masters of the Universe Revelations Part 2.
Oh, is it out? Oh.
It's out. It also includes the greatest joke of all time that Kevin Smith is so proud of himself for sneaking past the folks not only at Netflix but at Mattel when Fisto, staring at the giant illusion of Skeletor, says, "Oh, I really wanted to fist him."
Oh yeah, but Lee, I didn't know it was out, and
It's
you and I
out.
both like
It's
that
out.
show.
It's out. Oh, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Foundation with the adaptation of the Isaac Asimov series. I am
How is
6 episodes
this?
in. I love it. It's so good.
I gotta watch it.
It's everything I don't like about another science fiction show that I'm not even going to talk about anymore. The
Take that
Wheel of
other show.
the Wheel of Time adaptation on Amazon. I'm really digging that too.
need to
Yes,
start
they've
that
taken justices with the books, but it tracks. It's good.
Yeah.
The Hawkeye series, which I think we'll be doing a deep dive on because Mephisto confirmed. And okay, and then here's what happened when I had fever for 3 days last week because of my my incredible ulcer. I watched a lot of Great British Bake Off, and then at one point I woke up and I had put on Cougar Town.
Okay.
How'd you go from that to that? That's interesting.
Don't know.
Autoplay, probably.
But my wife and child were mirthlessly making fun of me because Cougar Town's not a great show. But anyway, that's what I watched this week. But Dollface, absolutely worth your time.
Here's the thing about the Great British Baking Show is that you should not watch it when you're sleepy, because the soothing British voice of old Greg.
Oh, dude, I like.
I'm old Greg.
I sit there and I watch it, and I'm just like, how is Noel on this show? How did this happen? I love it.
The
It's
holiday
the only reason I'll
special.
watch it.
The holiday special just dropped today, so one of my favorite contestants is back this week, and she made a really beautiful presentation. Looked like a advent calendar filled with pie.
I just remember the other night, the last words I heard before I zonked right out were, Stephanie's creme brulee will have a nice sponge and a lady something like that. And I was going,
that's some sexy talk right there.
Soothing British voice just put me right under.
I had a lovely creme brulee yesterday.
What are you doing in my waters?
Is that? Thank you. Mighty Boosh, if you're looking.
Oh, my God.
Shannon consumed a creme brulee, and what else?
Well, actually, I haven't been watching a lot because this week has been chaos. Loving Hawkeye, and a great little offshoot of that is because of something that happens on that show. I look at Jen and I go, did you ever watch Daredevil on Netflix? And she went,
"Woo!"
"Oh!" She said no. So I'm like, well, we're fixing that right now.
Yeah.
So we started watching Daredevil season 1. I got to like episode 4, and I'm just sitting there going, holy shit, I forgot how goddamn good this show was.
It's
so good.
It's some of the best,
Yeah, and once again, my big takeaway from that show will always be I never want to get hit by Daredevil or the Kingpin. Ever.
Yeah.
Another cool thing, and I'm going to show it to the people that are watching this, is I was in Sprouts Market the other day, yesterday, and I found from Republic of Tea, who makes wonderful teas, they have Mandalorian tea, right? Which they're like, hey, some idiot will buy these, named Shannon.
Found him.
But the cool thing is the tins, okay? And you can put your weed in here later. Right? So look, this is the child.
Oh, yeah.
So it's got Baby Yoda on there, yeah.
The green tea.
Mm-hmm.
Not cheap, I'm going to tell you. But this one was great. This one is called the Legendary Destiny Black Tea.
Destiny? They should have said Destiny.
But look, it's got
Luke on it.
It's Luke holding Grogu
Mm-hmm.
and R2-D2.
Oh, there you go.
Cutesies.
So
Now, when you're done drinking all the tea, Shannon, you can go to Michael's and you can get a starter candle making set, and you could make those tins into decorative candles that are scented like Mysteries of the Force.
I wonder what that smells like, the Mysteries of the Force. What is that?
There's a little bit of pine in there.
okay.
Some sandalwood?
A
And
little swamp.
also, you guys, if you haven't watched Joe Parra Talks to You, fix it, because my God, it's the show we need right now.
Who wants to go next? Lee, Egg?
I went.
Oh, you went. That's right. I meant Tony or Egg. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I watched
Tony,
the
same
Venom
guy.
2.
Oh, you did?
It's a
Thanks.
terrible movie, but it's way funnier than I thought it would be. Like I have some
Exactly.
really good laughs. Yeah.
I'm
glad they went for comedy.
I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it because it's like $20 to rent now, and I'm waiting for it to come down in price.
They nail the comedic aspect that they teased. Well, they did more than tease it in the first one, but they flesh it out more.
Yeah,
in
the
second
comedy
one.
between Eddie and Venom is really funny.
Yep.
Like they must I don't know who they must have had someone writing that dialogue for Venom and then just inserting it later. I don't know, but it's way
I've
funnier
tried
than
to
I thought it would be.
I've tried to watch the first one like 3 times,
I haven't.
and
You
I
can
just
skip it.
hate it. I just hate that first movie.
Oh, you didn't see the first one, Egg?
No.
Oh.
Okay.
I just
You
ran
watch
I'm like, let's watch it.
watch
My
it-
sister was
watch it
asking me
with-
questions, and I'm like, I'll give it a watch.
You watch it with my youngest, and you'll get a whole other perspective because I like to call that one Zillennial doesn't give a fuck about this property, but loves this movie because it's so stupid.
That's so stupid, but it was really funnier than I expected. And let's see, football, and then on the all the video game sales last weekend, I picked up a random one, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. They re-released it.
The Re-Reckoning.
The Re-Reckoning, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like $20. I'm like, they put a demo out back. This game came out like 10 years ago, and it destroyed the studio that made it. I'm enjoying it. It's pretty fun. I just wanted an open world game with lots of side quests and distract me from real world.
It was interesting when that one came out because it destroyed that studio. It was pretty well, like, not critically acclaimed, but it was well received by the critics. It just didn't sell enough, and it didn't cover its production costs. And
welcome back to Shannon's.
Yeah, and like the studio was, they were, what was it? They were just like stealing money from the state of Rhode Island.
So yeah, they had
like
they had this big like a $28 million grant from the state of Rhode Island to develop the game there, and then it just failed, and they declared bankruptcy. And Kurt Schilling was the owner of the company, and he's like,
it was like
I put all my money into this company. I don't have any more money.
Yeah, it was like him and Todd McFarlane. They were working on an MMO as well,
Yeah.
and then
that's what it started out as, was an MMO, and then they moved it to the single player. So it's actually a good game.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Okay,
so
it's a little dated graphics wise, but like,
yeah,
the combat's fun. The quest, lots of random side quests. So,
Tony, what about you?
Let's see. So I still playing the Halo Infinite multiplayer. A lot of fun. If you like Halo multiplayer, it's back, baby. Check it out.
I still don't think I can play it.
It's back in POG form.
In POG form, like Alf. The single player campaign for that game comes out next week as well, if you're interested in that. All right. So, did you guys know that the last season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine came out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We watched it.
Well, I didn't. Until this week, and we watched it, and it was really, really good. They touch on some of the heavier news topics from last year, from 2020, with police-related stuff, and I thought they handled it pretty well. And then they had some episodes that were just so dang funny as well. Classic Brooklyn Nine-Nine stuff. I really liked that show, and I felt like it went out on a high note, on a good note. My wife wanted to watch Red Notice last night, so we watched Red Notice.
You're the only one I know who's actually watched that.
It's like Venom 2.
Yeah.
It's got some funny stuff in it, but as a movie, it's not great.
You know what? I actually saw that last Saturday, and I can honestly say Gal Gadot should not be in things.
Oh, wow.
I thought she did fine.
Oh, yes. She did great because she was actually wedged in between two incredibly charismatic performers.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. She doesn't have she doesn't really have the charisma of Ryan Reynolds and Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
Wow.
But there was a fight scene in that movie between the three of them. And what my eyes saw was a fight scene between Wonder Woman, Deadpool, and Black Adam. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. So it does have some funny stuff in it. I would say if you're really hard up for an action comedy, yeah, it's all right. It's worth it. It's worth a watch.
It was fun because you had like Dwayne Johnson playing Dwayne Johnson, Ryan Reynolds was playing Ryan Reynolds, and Gal Gadot was playing a Wonder Woman cardboard cutout.
Oh,
but
man, does she owe you money or something?
I don't know.
She really does.
She's pretty harsh on this. I thought she did all right. And,
I made a souffle.
No.
I mean, when you compare to the other two, yeah, she doesn't have the charismatic.
No, it's actually not fair to her. They should have put her in a movie with less talented people.
Yeah, but I thought she did fine. And then the other stuff I consumed this week was basically just catching up on things people tell me I need to watch or play. We're on episode 7 of Arcane, and
yeah,
oh boy, That is a cool show.
I don't even know what that is.
The best adaptation, literally, it's a masterpiece of animation and the best adaptation of any video game, anything ever, which is a low bar. But
it is a low bar to cross, but they like leapt over it with a
they just said fuck all of you all trying right now. It's a masterpiece. It really is.
The animation is amazing.
The story's amazing. The acting's amazing. It's my wife's watched it through several times. It's amazing.
I'm blown away by it. I love it. And then I think I'm about a third of the way through the Guardians of the Galaxy game that Rebecca's been recommending, and that is top tier quality. It is so dang good.
And I also heard that if you unlock some of the secret costumes, they give you like free Disney Plus.
I don't know about that.
Oh, for like a month or something, you get a month of free Disney Plus or something.
Oh, I got an email from them right when I got it. That's like, hey, thanks for buying Guardians of the Galaxy. Here's a free month of Disney Plus, I think.
Oh, really?
So, so what you're saying is Rebecca's video game machine works,
but not
her recording computer.
Not her recording device.
I love it though. The graphics are awesome. The acting. I mean, it feels like you're playing the movie, but with different characters.
The writing is really good.
The writing is really good. And whoever designed Gamora's character, they must be a butt guy because she had to do a lot of squats.
Oh, okay. Look forward to it. Anything else?
No, I'm done.
All right.
That's it.
I'll just leave it at the butt.
Leave it at butt.
It's just like anyway. It's crazy.
Like I said, I've been watching The Great on. I think it's on Hulu. Yeah,
I didn't know there was a second season out right now, but I'm going to watch it because the first season is just amazing.
It's just and it's funny. It's a funny show. It's well written, well acted, and it tricks you into learning some things. Mm-hmm. So that's what's also great about it. We're in season 4 of Star Trek Discovery.
Oh,
why aren't you watching? Is all I'm saying. Why aren't you watching?
There's no hours.
I'm out of time as well.
Carrie,
I had to watch.
I'm going to agree with you. Like, this season is so like how is it better? How is it better than the last season?
It's just amazing. I mean, it's so far in the future they don't have to worry about canon or anything like that.
So smart.
But like the themes are so
in the future, it's the Romulans and the Vulcans have all come together, and they're like one race, and they call themselves something else that I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's just interesting, some of the choices that they're making there. It's really good stuff. And she's my new favorite captain, period.
Carrie, I might be right there with you.
She's great.
And also the stuff that happens to Book in the second episode.
Yeah. Oh, he's having some troubles.
Yeah.
But all good actors and well written and just amazing. We're seeing stuff that when you, for example, when you saw the Trill character in Deep Space Nine, when you saw Dax, they're taking that even further.
Right. And Carrie, what killed me is, I think it was on the second episode. Once again, they're walking through the. They're walking through the ship, and a fucking Tribble rolls by.
Yeah.
There's like a Tribble that is like a crew member.
Oh, yeah. I got to catch up on this.
Yeah, and anyway, it's thoroughly enjoyable. So Star Trek Discovery, I just love it. So the new season of Squidbillies, I've been catching up on.
How is it with Tracy Morgan?
That's the reason I bring it up. Is that they've replaced early Kyler's voice with Tracy Morgan. It works 60% of the time. I won't lie. There are times when the jokes don't work because it's Tracy Morgan and it's not a redneck voice. But I kudos to them for doing this final season.
And Carrie, I'm going to watch it eventually.
I enjoy it.
Like how much I used to love Unknown Hinson.
Yes.
Until he fucking shot his mouth off, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I love Tracy Morgan too, but I'm just like, I'm gonna watch this eventually. I just don't understand how it would work.
It works. It does work. Like I said, 60% of the time. That's not a knock. I'm just saying.
Do they explain it at all?
No, they just kind of make reference to it.
Daddy, you sound different.
It's just like that. They don't acknowledge it. They're doing more with the other characters as well.
Right.
So we're starting to explore the town a bit more, and so that works. We were talking about Daredevil earlier. Now, I've always held that, because I love that character. I always have. I love that whole universe. I've always said to people, I'd like to read comic books. Where should I start? I said, well, it may not be for you, but I've never had an unsatisfactory issue of Daredevil. It always satisfied. And the same with the TV series. I've held that up as this is the gold standard for Marvel TV series. I've always said that.
I even like the director's cut of the Affleck movie.
Me too.
Yeah, I did too.
And I like the original cut too.
Yeah, but so this Daredevil TV series, I've always said Vincent D'Onofrio is the Kingpin. Don't even think of casting anybody else. Just terrific. And I still recommend it to this day, that series. But I'm going to say this. Hawkeye, we're only 3 episodes in.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Hawkeye is now the new gold standard. I'm telling you right now.
Wow.
It's so goddamn good. It's just everything about this show is just so goddamn good. We're only 3 episodes in.
So much better than I thought.
And careful of spoilers now. Careful of spoilers.
But Carrie, you and I were texting.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the 3rd episode, I think, 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, every single episode of that show seems like a little movie.
Mm-hmm.
And their Easter egg game has gone through the roof. Their Easter egg game has gone through the roof. They could teach a master class on hiding shit in plain sight now.
Yeah, we're going to do a deep dive on it for Patreon. Geekshow got this covered is the link, and we'll do that soon. I don't know if we'll wait till the series ends or what, but we'll do it soon. Just so goddamn good. And then finally, I watched the James Bond movie. No Time to Die.
Oh, I saw that a couple weeks ago too.
Yeah, I wasn't in a hurry to see it. I like Bond. I wouldn't say I'm a fan, but I always have a good time. And Daniel Craig, to me, this is my opinion. I think he's the best Bond we've had. People will argue with me, but for me, he's the best Bond.
Well, he's less abusive feeling than, say, Connery.
Yeah,
true.
This is the final outing for him as James Bond, and it's got everything that you want in a Bond movie in this movie. I mean, the action sequences are amazing, the stunts are amazing, gadgets in his car.
Rami Malek on bad behavior, so he doesn't get a treat.
And here's the thing about Rami Malek in this role: they're doing like the typical, now this is not bad, what I'm about to say, the typical Bond villain thing, but it works. It really does. He's got a secret island. He's got a plan to kill everybody on the planet. Yep. He's sinister. Bad behavior. He's got it all going. He's got, facial, his face is messed up, It's such a typical Bond villain, but you know what? It worked. It worked for me. I really had a good time with this one.
I feel like I deserve a treat.
Yes, I've been on good behavior.
Yeah, and I'll just say this: when you're watching the show, I want you to. And I should have looked up her name. He teams up with a spy in Cuba, and I'm watching her do her spy thing. She should be the next Bond. I'm telling you, she was just amazing.
So,
I couldn't get enough of her.
So,
are you talking about Ana de Armas, or are you talking about, or are you talking about Lashana Lynch?
Whoever he teamed up with in Cuba.
Okay, so that's Ana de Armas. She was also in the murder mystery show that he was in.
She was in that? Oh, she's so
Knives
good.
Out?
Knives Out.
She was in Knives Out?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, she was the maid or whatever.
She was just great. She showed up in this cocktail dress, and she says, "I've been training for 3 weeks for this mission." And you think she's gonna fuck up, but no, man, she
was
kicked
awesome.
ass. She was just great.
Awesome.
So, No Time to Die is what it's called.
My question is, her name, I like to fuck a lot?
No, see, here's the thing. That's because Lee talked about this. Bond, he's got a girl, and he's in love with a girl, and he's not out fucking around,
Right.
All the other Bonds were like, he had 3 different women a movie, and, no, not this Bond. He fell in love with Vesper, and that's it.
Such a byproduct of the 60s, too. I mean, that was such a whole thing with the swinging 60s. They just wanted to have him just, laying pipe everywhere he went. And in the books, he did some seduction, but Bond was more of a hatchet man. He was. I mean, Judi Dench says it, I think, in the first Daniel Craig movie, you were a blunt instrument.
Yeah.
And that's Bond.
Just terrific.
So like now, I like to fuck a lot comes around, and he goes, "No thanks."
Yeah.
So you're also getting the character screwed up. Her name was Ivana. Fuck a lot.
That was hump a lot.
She was a Russian spy.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. She had a knife bra. It was weird.
Hello, my name is I like to fuck a lot.
Hello, it's me, Ivana. Fuck a lot.
Just enjoyable. I mean, there's submarines. It's got everything a Bond movie should have.
Submarines. Oh god.
The whole shit. I was
just submarines.
not in until
listen to me.
You tell me they pull out. You tell me they pull out a dirigible, and I'm there.
Listen to me. A glider that turns into a submarine.
Shut the fuck up! I'm in.
It's a really good Bond movie. Just
it was
all
cool.
around.
It's got everything you want in a Bond movie.
Yeah, it sounds almost as good as Condor Man.
Well, I mean
should be on Disney Plus.
We'll never know.
All right.
Should be.
Why are they hiding that from us? I don't know.
know.
Anyway,
What's the
not racist,
conspiracy there, Faggy?
exactly.
They're like, we don't want to ruin Shannon's childhood because he'll kill us all.
Games, Tony, go ahead.
Yeah, let's see. I think the only thing coming out this week that's probably worth mentioning would be the Halo Infinite campaign releases this week. So that one you do have to pay for. The multiplayer's free, but you got to buy the campaign unless you are already subscribed to Xbox Game Pass, in which case it comes with your subscription. So
I'm going to say something right now.
Yes.
The day Tony says this week, either, and it's real and it's backed up, that Star Citizen or Squadron 42 is coming out, I will pick a random person in chat and give them $100.
You'll never have to pay up on that bet. That game's never going to have a 1.0 full release.
I included Squadron, though. That game could get a release. So
maybe.
That gives me somewhere between now and 2042 to get $100 together.
Infinity.
All right. That's pretty much everything?
Yeah.
All right. Mr. B, if you would, please.
All right, let me get this out of the way because I haven't seen Moose in about 6 minutes, which means he's probably running around the neighborhood.
Or in your refrigerator making an omelet.
Fucker. So, you guys, you gotta watch the Ham getting interviewed. He seems really smart, but super fucking crazy.
All right. So, for Beth, if she's still here, I did manage to pull some pictures up in the Facebook. So it's time now that the show's over for Uncle Lee's Old Time Theater. I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully, we'll see if this works. All right, here we go. Share my screen. I closed all my porn browsers, so this will be good.
Good idea.
Are we done
This'll be
recording?
No, open it up.
Yeah, we're done recording.
Okay.
We're done.
Yeah,
We're done
just
recording.
In the backyard, I couldn't see Moose.
Yeah. So
Seriously? He's not in the backyard?
He's probably at my door. Because Spidey's losing his mind.
Go check.
let's see. Let's see if I actually managed. Oh, look! I shared a black screen.
You got something.
Yay.
You're
Okay,
showing
that's
something
good.
of-
That's good. Stop sharing. Okay, let's try sharing again. I'm an old man, so this is fun. Let's try sharing screen. How does this work, Tony? Tell me.
So you click on.
I'm going to just do entire screen. We'll make that work, and then we'll see if I can... Oh, look at that. Trippy, huh?
Whoa.
Okay, do you
There
guys
we
see
go.
that?
Yep.
Okay, so that's me, age 6.
Aww.
Oh, look at that.
That's at the swimming pool at my apartment complex in Burbank, California, and that is the day that my mom finally caved in and ponied up the $1.99 each for a Mr. Scott and a Lieutenant Uhura figure.
Cute.
So, yeah, it was an important day for me. This is me age 7 when my mom and dad got married. That's my little sister Jennifer there. So,
got to have the olives on the fingers.
Yeah, my mom made that suit for me. All right, this is me in my senior year in high school. That's my hair.
Holy cow! That hair.
I know, it was magnificent. It was.
This is around the time that I think I met Lee, or maybe soon after
It's a
that.
few years after this. This is senior year in high school. My hair was made of spun gold, and
yeah,
it was radiant.
Looks like it.
Yeah, this is this is the first picture I have with Shannon. You can see me here in the background smirking. That person right here. Can you guys see my cursor spinning around?
I can't believe that's
Shannon. That's Shannon right there.
Oh my gosh.
That's when Shannon's senior year came. Our friend Todd over here was going on his mission, so we all got together for his mission picture. So I don't know why there's a Mickey Mouse there because I was high as fuck. So then here, this is me in 1990. So it's my first perm. You can tell that's not a shadow. That's actually my hair.
Wow.
Classic Mickey Mouse watch because I wanted to be like Carrie. And then here is my braided skull bead hair and all these cats. I don't know why I had these cats because I was probably... But anyway, I think I could communicate with them telepathically. This next picture, if this is the picture I hope it is,
what's 23?
23 is just a number that I was real into. So it's a cosmic conspiracy number. That's me and hair. See that hair? That's my hair. So
I think
and
I've
this
seen that photo before.
This
I know
is
I've seen
me
that
advising Shannon on his future. So you can see
I love it.
I'm wearing a suit jacket, a hand painted Bolivian shirt, and then that is an Indian, like from the Indies, hat made of alpaca hair, I believe. And then Shannon's clutching his Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
His
Raphael stuff.
Yeah.
His plush.
This is a vintage Pink House shot. So that was good. That's probably 1991 or 1992. He'd just gotten out of high school. This is my wife and I about 2 weeks after we started dating. Oh, I want to hear if he has commentary on this.
No, I was 19 in this picture.
Yeah, you were. We were just babies. I was 21. You were 19. Yeah. So
yeah, and this is
you were
when
imparting your extra 2 years of experience and wisdom.
Oh yeah,
right.
My rough extra years.
And this was me being freaked out because
you just moved out.
I had moved out, and I was because I was scared to tell my parents that I got somebody pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
I remember. Sperm of steel.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is me and Rachel after we'd been dating for about 2 or 3 weeks. So,
nice.
And then this is Carrie, Shannon, and myself, and my oldest. I'd say this is about 1999, maybe 1998. So
you still had hair in the late 90s?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit! I didn't lose my hair until 2005 or 2006. Oh. I was in my 30s when my hair started falling out. So. Yeah. And then this one is actually one of my favorite almost contemporary pictures. This is my birthday in 2012. And it's Shannon and Logan and Jimmy and Jeff when they decided I was having a karaoke birthday. I guess whose idea that was.
Gee, I can't imagine.
Karaoke? I don't know.
And we tortured the shit out of him. But you had a good time.
I had a blast. But yeah, there's my wandering down memory lane there. So
that's nice.
Very
like
nice.
That. That's nice.
Oh.
I think we're done.
Well, actually,
can I just something? But
actually, can I just share with everyone, including the people here? Well, of course, because they're listening. I was like just presented with the fallacy of modern life this last Monday. Like how stupid things are, okay? So Monday morning, I go to work. I get a call from the fraud protection people from my bank.
Oh,
right.
Those
Always
calls
a
are
Right,
never
and they're
good.
and they're like, "Hey, your does this charge seem reasonable?" And I was like, "No."
I thought it
Not
was
if-
reasonable when I made
yeah,
it, Shannon.
well, no, but I'm like not 4:00 in the morning on a Sunday, on a Monday. So of course I'm like, "Well, call us back." I'm on hold for 1 hour and 45 minutes. I shit you not. Okay.
Your call is important to us. We promise.
Yeah. Oh, and that's the thing. Just play the fucking music. Don't tell me how important I am, because that's bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So somebody finally picks up and is like, "Hey, did you do this?" And I was like, "No." And they go, "All right, your card is it's frozen." Fuck.
Yeah.
And back in the old days, so I'm in a credit union, and that used to mean you had to wait for like 10 days to get a new debit card. But now I call them, they're like, "You probably want to call the bank." And they're like, "Oh, we could just do day of
Shipping.
reissues now, right?"
Yeah.
No, you just go to the bank, right?
Yeah, you
I'm
go
like,
to the bank and they print you one, basically.
Yeah. So I'm like, "All right, cool. I'll be there." Because I get done at work. I can leave at 2:45, right? Well, surprise faculty meeting.
No.
That could have been an email. I'll tell you right now.
Oh, no.
I know that's a thing. That's like a thing now, but like,
But
could
you
have been
really
an email.
mean it.
Yeah. And I'm like, fuck, okay. I still got plenty of time. So I run out to the car. Start to drive away. Wumpa, 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 wumpa.
I was going to say, flat tire?
Flat fucking tire.
Oh, no.
Okay. And I'm just like, "You got to be fucking kidding me." And flat as fuck. So I call AAA. I have AAA, right? And the guy shows up, and I go, "Hey, I think if we just get it to the Smiths over here, I can just put some air in it, and I can get it somewhere, and we're going to be fine." And then all of a sudden I go, "Oh, shit. I don't have a debit card. I don't have any credit cards.
Oh, no.
And air ain't free no more." Right?
It is if you know where to go.
Sure, but like,
Yeah.
That's
you have to know
quarter.
where to go.
50 cents.
Yeah.
Right.
It's $1.25 now.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Inflation. Get it? Because it's an air machine? Inflation?
So I'm like, fuck.
I liked it.
You know? And that's like, "Well, just take me to a tire place." And then I'm like, "Well, what the fuck am I going to do when I get there? I got no money. I've got lots of money in the bank, but I can't." Yeah. So,
First,
Uber,
I'm really sorry for fucking with your debit card, and I'm really sorry for playing with your tire. I just thought it would be
No.
funny.
Please
Well,
don't
that's
try
so-
and make this the worst day ever.
no, so here's, I finally they finally figure it out, and it was somebody in Brazil trying to buy $39.99 worth of pornography.
$39.99 or $4,000 worth
No,
of
like-
pornography? Like $40
Almost
worth?
$40.
Okay.
And I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now? You got access to somebody's
Yeah, that's
debit
not-
card?"
That's not where it was going to stop, though. They start with the porn
I
because
know.
the porn companies don't actually monitor anything and they don't give a shit.
Don't
So
care.
then they were going to start money laundering afterwards. So they
Right.
would have jacked up your card pretty bad afterwards. Hi, I used to be on fraud prevention for a credit card company.
This guy gets it.
So Uber made a lot of money for me this week.
$39.99 worth.
No, I wish I could do it every day.
Uber.
Like taking an Uber to work is kind of nice.
Wait,
Oh, yeah.
Didn't you get your tire fixed?
Oh, So I get it back here. My buddy Emmy, who you've met across the street, we take it over there and he puts some air in it and we just hear, right?
Yeah, there's a reason it went flat.
Well, I mean, like, but it wasn't just like a slow leak.
Yeah.
And turns out there's a piece of a razor blade.
Ooh.
Jammed in my tire, but not in the side. It wasn't like.
So you ran it over.
I ran it over, and we tried to like patch it and plug it. No go. So, thanks, Big O. Had to buy a new tire.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, sometimes, honestly, you guys, I just sit and go, there's something out there in this universe. It's the spirit of Vegas. I'm pretty sure.
Was this on Monday?
Yeah.
Because Monday, Rachel was driving to work. She was going through the alley behind her house to get to the street so that she could get on the freeway and go to work. And sometime during the night, someone had taken a backhoe and dug a 4-foot square, 2-foot deep hole in the alley. Yeah.
What?
And so Rachel leaves. I hear the garage door shut, and about 30 seconds later, my phone starts going off, and she's like, "Can you come in the alley?" And I get out there, and she's just in a ditch with a blown out tire. And I'm like, and so we get the car out of the ditch. She takes it to Big O, which is across the street from our house. She gets a new tire, and then as I'm walking back through the alley to take pictures, someone had serendipitously run over and put cones all around it.
Oh,
Yeah,
weird.
sure.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, no,
like,
and then
okay.
and yesterday at work, I got in trouble because I was late, right? I'm supposed to be there at 7:45. And Carrie, I'll just tell you, your little radio show keeps me on schedule, right? I'm like, I got to leave the house, wherever I'm at, halfway through the second boner, the second boner of the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got to get out of here before 7:20. So I was at Jen's house, and you know how they're doing that construction on the entrance
We're
to
gonna say
13th
goodbye
East?
We're going to say goodbye to chat. These poor people have been listening to this story. For...
No, they don't care. They want to hear how terrible my life is. So, you know that loop that you get on 13th East to get on the freeway, and they're doing the construction? Well, I hop on there, and all of a sudden we're just stopped. And I look, and these motherfuckers, the construction crew, 2 trucks just stopped. None of us could move for 7 minutes. And
That equals a late Shannon.
That equals a late Shannon. Anyway. Whole world's out to
Now-
get me, lunchbox.
All right. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. We're going to say goodbye to chat now because I've got these proctologist stories I have to share with these guys. And
Okay.
Oh, don't get me started on my asshole.